Hi there. Welcome to the first webinar of Meetrix. I'm Asip Sabuddaka, co-founder, full-stack engineer at Meetrix. At Meetrix, we build secure, reliable, and scalable collaboration tools. Our team is expertise in the domain of real-time communication, and we provide a wide variety of services related to it. To find more information about our company, you can visit our website meetrix.io. So, to begin our series on webRTC and real-time communication, we would mainly be focusing on webRTC and its use cases and some of the popular open source webRTC projects that we use to build these custom communication systems. So let's get started. So what is webRTC? WebRTC, if you take it as simple, it's the real-time communication on web. Initially, this was developed by Google for peer-to-peer communication, but now it's been widely used for many use cases that you won't even imagine. So if you take the compatibility of WebRTC, it's been supported by most of the modern web browsers, including Safari. So we have encountered some issues with implementing certain web APIs of webRTC over the last year, but I think Safari is finally there. It's been fully supported now. So if you take a look at the use cases of webRTC, so we have used webRTC in many of our projects, and tutoring, of course, is a major use case that we have catered. And as you know, online tutoring is becoming popular in many countries. Even though tutoring online has not reached its full potential, it has the potential to grow big. So we have seen in countries like Singapore, many students moving to online tutoring platforms, and we are proud that we have been able to deliver one of the major tutoring platforms in Singapore, that's Tutopia, which was built by us initially. So like I said, tutoring is one of the major use case of WebRTC. So in tutoring, if you take the simple scenario, it would be there would be a student and there would be an tutor in the other end. So what makes webRTC a suitable tool to communicate is that you do not require any third-party plugin to make this work. So you do not need to ask your student to install all these Flash plugins and stuff. It just comes naturally built into your browser. So it's just a matter of sharing a link with the other user. So similarly, telemedicine is another major field that we have catered, that we have delivered multiple platforms to. So here it's the similar situation to tutoring, but the main difference is that obviously instead of the tutors and students, you get doctors and patients. And with patients, some of the patients could be just a one-time patient. So for a one-time patient, you cannot ask the patient to install a software before joining the consultation, which would not be a great use case. So with WebRTC, so the doctor can share a link with the patient, so they can join the same conference. So the queue of patients is handled outside the webRTC application, so that's a different implementation. But if you take telemedicine as a whole, it's not just the webRTC, there's a lot of things built around it. So the platforms that we have built also supports other functionalities such as user management, scheduling of your sessions, reports, and many other stuff. And moving on, so not just telemedicine, we have also delivered solutions to law firms, migration firms especially. So it's a similar situation to telemedicine and tutoring, where the two parties would be remotely joined together. And one thing with law firms especially, and telemedicine as well, is that being able to communicate securely is essential. Since we use secure protocols, we can ensure that the customers, your communication is highly secure. So instead of using a third-party software like Skype and Zoom, using your own communication system would mean that it is hosted on your server, and you would use the protocols, these secure protocols, so you can ensure your customers that the communication is happening securely. So the other use case that we have actually delivered this project to a customer in Germany. So here the use case was that if you take like machineries, large machineries, most of those are made in countries like Germany. So maintaining and repairing these machines need expertise specific to those machinery. So every time a machine breaks down, or if you have to maintain that machines, you need the expertise to either visit your machine or either join through a phone call. So obviously visiting your company, your machine would be very very expensive, since you need the expertise to travel all the way to your country, and making a phone call would not be that convenient. He won't be able to teach the local technicians that is working on the repair easily. So what we did was we made the local technician wear smart glass, and on the other end the consultant would see the feed from that local technician in his web browser. Okay, so the expertise, the consultant had the ability to move his move a pointer in his screen and point out certain sections in that machine, so the local technician could operate exactly on the information given by the consultant. So if a consultant points out certain location in the screen, it would be shown in his screen itself, so he would repair the exact thing. So that's like a real use case which is facilitated by a webRTC. And So are we building all these solutions and platforms from scratch? So webRTC has the ability to like build any reliable communication system, but since um, since building such a reliable platform would need you a lot of time, uh, it would be ideal for us to get a head start up from a project that has been already developed by experts in webRTC. So we'll go through two projects that we highly recommend for you to check out. So first is Jitsi. It's the most used open source project. It's the backbone of most of our communication platforms. Jitsi itself is follows the SFU model. So if you do not know what SFU model, of course you can visit our blog at meetrix.io/blog, and there you would find an article on what is webRTC, and there we explain everything related to SFU, MCU, and other models related to webRTC. So what is great with Jitsi is that Jitsi have already carried out development which would make Jitsi a very reliable conference, and they have built all the basic tools that you need for a video conference, and it's been largely supported by an active community, and active development is being carried out. You would often get updates to Jitsi, and because of the architecture of Jitsi, it can support a large number of concurrent meetings across your saves in one media server. And Jitsi is made of several components. We would be doing a separate webinar series on Jitsi itself, since there's a lot of things to explain in Jitsi itself. And so what you need to know is about Jitsi is that if you are looking for an solution where you do not need that much of interference into the video stream, and if you need to support a large number of concurrent meetings, Jitsi should be the ideal solution for us. And I would also remind you that we provide commercial support for Jitsi. So if you have any inquiries or anything to be built on top of Jitsi, we have the expertise in making those. Currento is a low level solution compared to Jitsi. Currento is a configurable media server actually. So it can be either configured to be an MCU model or an SFU model. So it's kind of a wrapper around GStream. It's a low-level solution compared to Jitsi, but it has its own advantages of being a low-level. Since it's a low-level solution, we have the chance of porting that solution into highly customizable solutions of your choice. Okay, that's it for this webinar. We would meet in the next webinar with another area on webRTC. Hope you enjoyed this webinar. Please leave us if you have any comment to make, or if you feel like if there's anything to be improved in this webinar, you can drop an email to hello@meetrix.io. Thank you. Bye.